and I'd like to take a moment. Is that my camera?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the greatest Snatch Games in Drag Race herstory. For this list, we're only counting the American franchises, but beware of potential spoilers.
The nipples are the eyes of the face. And you've got gorgeous nipples.
Number 30, Plain Jane as Jelena Karleuša, Season 16.
What is BBW?
It's beautiful Balkan War survivor. Yes.
Portraying a celebrity the audience might not know anything about is a brilliant and bold strategy. You can take the idea of a person and make it up as you go along. Plain Jane paid tribute to her Eastern European heritage in the form of Serbian pop star Jelena Karleuša. As competitor Safira Kristal put it, Plain really weaponized her Slavic upbringing here.
She reminds me of my deceased babushka.
Did you say deceased or diseased?
Both.
Plain is hilarious. She is really weaponizing her Slavic upbringing.
Her humor was cold, and her punchlines were brutal. But when you're a beautiful Balkan war survivor, there's no time for warmth.
No, it's not true. You are a very ugly man. I would never touch it.
She's in total control here, setting the pace for the entire challenge and daring everyone to keep up.
Golden Girls is brand new in Serbia.
Okay.
And I don't know direct translation. I think it translates to thank you for being comrade.
Number 29, Raja O'Hara as LaToya Jackson, All Stars 6.
Well, I am a fitness expert, although I don't like to work out. I'd have to say,
Playing this lesser-known Jackson sibling in the Snatch Game of Love was as strategic a decision as it was creative. Raja O'Hara must have known RuPaul is a longtime LaToya fan. Her high-pitched voice and quirky personality made her ripe for a fun parody. However, Raja's secret weapon was her series of contradictory and out-of-touch answers to practically every question she was asked.
I am a cat lover, although I'm allergic.
You can't trust a single thing her LaToya says. Her daffy responses had Ru in hysterics the entire time. She didn't receive a top placement in this episode, but frankly, we demand a recount.
What are you wearing?
We are celebrating our first date, silly. Cheers to you and me. And what am I wearing? A nice pantsuit.
Number 28, Sasha Velour as Marlena Dietrich, Season 9.
I'm wearing a suit.
You know, when I wear a suit, people say, Marlena, are you a lesbian? And I look at them and I say, yes.
Bringing old Hollywood knowledge and a modern understanding of sexuality and the things classic stars got up to when no one was looking, Sasha's Marlena Dietrich is a camp triumph. She used Dietrich's characteristic sultriness and reported affairs with women to great comic effect on Season 9's Snatch Game.
May I have this? Of course.
The great thing about her Marlena is that while it might have inspired young viewers to look her up, you don't necessarily need to know much about her to get the jokes.
Well, I found this question kind of unfair because, as you know, I rarely know these new things. I rarely leave my house.
No.
And I died many decades ago.
You did.
Honestly, dirty humor and a German accent both go a long way in making things sound funny. Although she didn't win the episode, Sasha did Teutonic bisexuals everywhere proud.
I'd love to give Fräulein Candice Kane a signed photograph. I promise that Teutonic bisexuals make the most forceful and unforgettable lovers.
Number 27, Lucy LaDuca as Joan Rivers, Season 15.
Johnny, we have missed you so much.
Oh, God, I haven't missed a single one of you. Oh, God.
We love a nasty queen. Lucy LaDuca's Joan Rivers was delightfully vulgar, mean, and low-key horrifying.
Joan Rivers. Now, Joan, we know you as Joan Rivers. What's your middle name?
That bitch. Oh, my parents hated me.
She basically took aim at everyone. Not even the pit crew was safe from her barbed tongue.
I say it before they give their answers?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Rocket scientist, my ass.
But like the real Joan Rivers, she made fun of herself too. Anyone else probably would have been offended by a parody this unhinged. But given how self-deprecating and hilariously rotten the late comic could be, she probably would have been flattered.
I've had a team of rocket scientists working on this face for years. You do amazing, amazing work.
Lucy handily won the challenge. It's no let loose, but the Snatch Game was arguably this queen's best moment of the season.
What'd you say?
They say a picture what is that saying? Like a picture.
It's worth 1,000 words, asshole.
Number 26. Kylie Sonique Love as Dolly Parton, All Stars 6.
If we were going on a 2-week vacation at a nudist colony, what would you pack?
Well, I imagine I would need to bring my waxing kit. We don't need the whole airport, just the landing strip.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is find what works and stick to it. When Kylie Sonique Love picked the Queen of Dollywood for All Stars 6's Snatch Game of Love, she stuck to a very simple formula.
Don't listen to them, honey. This place is Jurassic Park. Because they look extinct and they are dead.
From the makeup to the breastplate, she had Dolly's look down, but it was the improvisation that really impressed us. She more than kept up with the season's most seasoned comedienne, Ginger Minj.
The only thing I haven't been able to see in years are my feet.
Me too.
Everything she said was a perfect blend of Dolly's love for a folksy phrase and RuPaul's love of a dirty double entendre. Number 25. Jimbo as Shirley Temple, All Stars 8.
Well, hello, Ru. I won the hearts of America and the world.
It took 8 seasons of All Stars, but someone finally tap danced across the Snatch Game set. Canada's Drag Race alum Jimbo took on the old Hollywood child star Shirley Temple. With her face caked in white makeup and pink blush, and her head covered in ringlets, she looked more like Shirley Temple's deranged cousin who just graduated from clown school.
I'm all grown up now. I'm 100 years old.
In what, Shirley? Dog ears?
You tell me, you're the bitch.
Her baby girl voice and kooky mannerisms were as funny as they were nightmarish. But when she stopped the whole game to tap dance and flail wildly for a good bit, the other queens were finished. She had a perfect quip to top it all off too. Candy Muse nearly choked on her prop cigarette.
I'm so cute. Who would believe I just shit myself?
Number 24. Symone as Harriet Tubman, Season 13.
Harriet is Oh, Harriet Tubman. Hi, Harriet Tubman.
I see all this room full of white people up in there. I got nerve.
From her paranoid entrance to her fury at not being on the $20 bill, Symone took a lot of risks in bringing the historical abolitionist to the Snatch Game. It's hard to make references to the Underground Railroad funny, but she more than managed. Yes, she hit a stumbling block when she hilariously confused the black actress Jennifer Lewis with the white actress Jennifer Lawrence.
Who would you have portray you in the movie of your life? Jennifer Lewis, maybe?
Yes, Jennifer Lewis. You know the white people, they always think they can do every goddamn thing, so let her go.
Well, Jennifer Lewis is not white.
Jennifer Lewis!
Yeah.
Not Jennifer Lawrence.
Most queens wouldn't have the comic skills to walk that one back. Symone, however, saved the moment and turned it around. If anything, it just made her performance so much more memorable.
Put myself on a $100 bill. How about that, man?
Harriet Tubman, she keeps it 100.
Number 23. Raja as Deanna Vreeland and Madam, All Stars 7.
Lady Bunny's my very old friend. Wooden teeth.
Not a match, madam, but a very good answer.
The double-stuffed Snatch Game on the All-Winners season saw the queens taking on 2 different characters. Season 3 winner Raja made the bold choice of doing 2 makeup-heavy celebrities. The first was Madam, the acerbic grand dame puppeteered by ventriloquist Wayland Flowers. Her uncanny movements and foul mouth were a highlight of the first round.
I just so happen to be wearing my summer diamonds today.
You are?
Absolutely. Summer diamonds and summer not.
Her second character, Vogue editor Deanna Vreeland, was almost as eerie-looking and even more completely removed from reality. She made us hang on every word, and milked Vreeland's particular way of speaking for all it was worth. we'll never hear the phrase purple mittens the same way again.
What inspires you now?
Purple mittens. I'd say purple mittens.
Number 22, Monet Exchange as Maya Angelou, Season 10.
Well, RuPaul, I've written 17 books, 19 plays, 13 autobiographies, and 2 Hallmark cards. And it recognizes you're a phenomenal woman.
She may be a legend, a poet, and a scholar, but first and foremost, Maya Angelou stands on business. At least that's how Monet Exchange played her on Season 10's Snatch Game. No one was safe. Even Mariah Carey caught a stray, and she wasn't there.
Hello, RuPaul. Do you know why the cage bird sings?
Oh, I've always wanted to know. Why does the cage bird sing?
Because Mariah Carey lost the key.
Ooh, the shade.
Monet played up Angelou's elegant and dignified way of speaking, which made her rhyming threats of violence against her competitors so much more elegant.
If these hoes try to come for me, I surely will cut thee. I will not hesitate to put thou in a ditch, because Maya Angelou ain't no punk bitch.
Reacting to the shenanigans constantly going on around her, the queen was able to stay ahead of the others with humor that was quick, cutting, and well-timed.
Poor woman can barely speak English. What a disgusting
Yes, you did.
Like dust still I rise.
Number 21. Gottmik as Paris Hilton, Season 13.
Hey, Ru, how's it going? Just let me know when the cameras are rolling and we'll kill it.
Well, we've started. The cameras are rolling.
Oh shit, that's so embarrassing. Sorry.
Serving looks seemed to come naturally to this Season 13 finalist. What really shocked everyone, though, was Gottmik's true talent for comedy.
What songs do you like to play when you're DJing?
I honestly just press play and hope for the best.
Playing socialite and reality star Paris Hilton, she came in hot with a great bit involving Paris's voice. She didn't let up for the rest of the Snatch Game.
Last night, Michelle Visage cheated on her vegan diet. She missed the taste of...
I'm gonna stick with what I know here to be safe.
Okay.
And so I wrote huge cocks.
What was so great about Mick is that she found a way to make Paris funny while signaling that there's more to her than meets the eye. It was smart and admiring while still earning those sweet, sweet RuPaul cackles. We're obsessed, and it's so hot.
You're so obsessed with me, it's everything.
I kind of am obsessed with you.
You're so hot.
Number 20, Pandora Box as Carol Channing, Season 2. Pandora Box's rendition of Carol Channing was the first introduction of the Snatch Game to the Drag Race audience, and this comedy queen's goofy gab was the perfect way to set the bar.
Did I win? No, you didn't win. Actually, we want to see your answer. What did you fill in the blank with?
Well, I said turkey legs.
Turkey legs!
What better introduction to Snatch Game than a portrayal of a well-meaning but often left-field Broadway retiree? Channing was the queen of corny comedy in her day, and Pandora portrayed a character as lovable as it was clueless.
We deliver limes and lemons to all the people around in the neighborhood. And raspberries.
And raspberries.
With dottery, bewildered style, Pandora pulled out a performance of geriatric genius. Bob the drag queen later took up the character again for a win, but this rendition will always stay in our heart. Number 19, Stacey Lane Matthews as Monique, Season 3. Stacey Lane Matthews was talked out of doing Anna Nicole Smith in favor of Monique from Precious.
Precious!
While her look was simple, Matthews nailed the frightening mood of the character right down to her cigarette. Her yelling for Precious behind the set easily sent us into giggle fits thanks to her anger.
Precious! Uh-oh. Is Precious back there?
Mm-hmm. She better be cooking me something to eat.
Matthews amped up this threatening demeanor to laughably keep RuPaul from asking her questions. We were in stitches as she used one of her answers just to complain about her hunger.
She shakes
a chicken leg in my face because the bitch know I'm hungry. Bitch know it.
The comic degree that Matthews honed in on this one role provided amazing fodder and allowed for brilliantly spiteful comebacks to her opponents. Number 18, Trinity the Tuck as Caitlyn Jenner, All Stars 4. Whether it was her jokes or her looks, Trinity the Tuck easily argued herself a chance to play Caitlyn Jenner. With her cheesy voice leading the unique character, Trinity had us cackling at her sheer indifference to finding a date.
Are you looking for love?
I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my glasses. I'm looking for a comfortable pair of shoes right now, Ruth.
She had the most hilariously sad car comparison, which poked fun at her age.
Well, this car has had a lot of miles, honey. But you know what? The engine's still running, so I'm ready to get on the road. You ready, Gus?
She was particularly biting to her colleagues as she cleverly roasted Valentina's drawn-out answers and Naomi Small's wig comments.
My bathroom is the only place that I'll ever take my wig off in front of anybody. Just my reflection.
I feel sorry for that mirror.
All the jabs helped her secure a win, though her snarky rip at Valentina's exit speech was the cherry on top.
Hurry up, sweetie, you're lost.
Number 17, Sharon Needles as Michelle Visage, Season 4.
Michelle Visage is here, hey!
I might not be the biggest star here, but I got the biggest knockers, okay?
RuPaul may have applauded Sharon for her bold choice of roasting Michelle for the Snatch Game, but it was a really sharp move on her part. Anyone who watches Drag Race knows just how much RuPaul loves a good Michelle read.
Speaking of plastic surgery, you chose to do Michelle Visage.
Sharon's over-the-top portrayal, coupled with her encyclopedic knowledge of ruined Michelle's early years, made for a side-stitching performance.
And used to carry a baseball bat before we would work Suzanne Barge's party. We'd make a buffalo nickel for it, and it was all we used for protection.
It's clear that Sharon knows her audience, and knows who's handing out the trophies. Even if Michelle was a little miffed by the older lady performance, that judge can take a joke, and the pair have since made up.
I thought it was brilliant. Keep doing it.
I just want to say, thank you all. And
Number 16, Aquaria as Melania Trump, Season 10. Melania Trump may have seemed like a choice for Aquaria, but she used the character to smartly mock the presidential family.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is lovely.
I hope it fits.
Thank you so much.
Her name card said Michelle Obama to make a hysterical nod to Melania's plagiarism of her previous First Lady. Aquaria also wittily alluded to the Trump family by calling Ru the name of ex-President Obama without a second thought.
Hey, let's go on down to the First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump.
Melania,
sorry.
It's all right, Barack, no worries.
Her ability to spin absurd lines about urine into digs at Donald were priceless, and all the more so because of how casually she said it.
I went with Russian hooker urine.
Russian?
This allowed her to spin her competitors' jokes into roasts at the president, and a show-stopping reference to his China commentary.
No wonder why my husband's complaining about China all the time.
Number 15, Alyssa Edwards as Joan Crawford, All Stars 2. Despite getting read to filth for her impersonation of Joan Crawford in the workroom, Alyssa Edwards insisted on continuing.
I've fought worse monsters for years in Hollywood.
Her makeup and hair for the starlet were utterly ridiculous, and it gave her spooky looks around the room a laugh-inducing intensity. Alyssa hilariously reacted to every question as if she was attacked, and knocked us out by picking unrelated quotes of Crawford's.
Wire hangers, Joan?
No wire hangers ever!
Her non sequiturs turned jabs against her into gags so baffling that even Detox broke character by giggling. It was a character way beyond Crawford that made no sense, and was all the more memorable for it.
Well, that don't make no kind of sense, but it sure is entertaining. It's just...
This ain't my first time.
Yes, at the where?
At the Snatch Game.
Number 14, Alexis Michelle as Liza Minnelli, Season 9. To honor her drag inspiration with love, Alexis Michelle became Liza Minnelli for the Snatch Game. She struck a funny bone in the workroom just saying her name in character, which had us and RuPaul crying with laughter.
It's Liza! Finally!
On stage, Alexis's excitement was hysterical, so her jump to catatonic joy was even more side-splitting. Her segues to her glory days were amusingly elaborate and were constantly sold by her chipper charm. And her mention of her family's LGBTQ+ fans was actually funnier due to her warm but outdated lingo. With the added kicks, jazz hands, and grasps for the camera, Alexis disappeared into a Liza impression made of pure fun.
Ru, I said that you can swap jazz hands.
Can you show us your jazz hands?
Number 13, Ginger Minge as Adele, Season 7. On Snatch Game, Ginger Minge brought Adele to life as a celebrity so famous that they're losing touch. Ginger had Ru losing it thanks to her laughable opening callbacks to Wheel of Fortune and Press Your Luck.
Adele is here.
Hey, girl. Could I buy vowels?
What is that, darling?
No whammies.
The frankness of her response to where she comes from upped the comedic punch of her otherwise silly answer. She would pile on joke after joke when she got the mic, and slipped in a snappy meta comment on the fake props to fill time.
It's a good answer, but not a match, darling.
Well, could I get a match, please? It's a fake cigarette.
Ginger covered so many comedic bases that she roasted Jaden Dior Fierce's boring Raven on a confession cam by using Raven against her.
Ooh, Jaden, I just got a vision. You might be lip-syncing for your life tomorrow, baby.
Number 12, Gigi Goode as Maria the Robot, Season 12. RuPaul was skeptical about the humor in a robot impersonation, but Gigi Goode believed in her take on the sentient machine.
I understand your concern, but I do not have the same concern.
Okay, all right.
Gigi found lots of screwball energy in her mechanical face movements, and the bungling with her cards was a fun detail to watch. She got wonderfully outlandish with Maria, who is based on real-life robot Sophia, by questioning the humans ordering her around and swearing out of nowhere.
She's my sister, bitch.
Gigi infused a ridiculously lewd energy to Maria as well, so computer parts suddenly sounded dirty. Plus, the unexpected venom of her character turned a snapback to Jackie Cox into immediate comedy. By keeping everyone guessing what she'd do next, Gigi's robot was a laugh riot. Number 11, Kennedy Davenport as Little Richard, Season 7.
Are you feeling a little more tooty or a little more fruity?
A little more tooty, baby.
It came as a real shock that Kennedy would have the nerve to do a Little Richard impression after all the times Michelle read Queens on the runway for boy drag. But it does take nerve, and the stunt paid off with Kennedy snatching the win. Kennedy's Snatch Game had all the falsetto glam rock grit Little Richard was known for, and the judges already knew she had that superstar diva attitude down.
Dorothy blanks the Tin Man.
She tightens the screws, 'cause we all love a tight screw.
It doesn't hurt that the often flamboyant rock and roll originator had a proclivity for lipstick and accessories. Little Richard was a queen before queens. Number 10, Tatiana as Britney Spears, Season 2.
Britney Spears is here.
Hey, y'all.
On Season 2, Tatiana's brainless pretty girl act gave us all Rebecca Glasscock flashbacks from Season 1, but this snatched verisimilitude showed us all that Tati is someone with substance. She played Britney Spears so well, it gave the guest judges goosebumps. But make no mistake, that performance was clever. Her kooky missteps and idiotic idiosyncrasies would put even the most popular reality stars to shame. While Derek Barry's Britney played better with others, Tatiana really crafted a character rather than an impression.
When I was fat, Kevin liked to tip me in what he liked to call his man butter.
Man butter!
It was really good.
With her win in this challenge, everyone expected Tatiana to come back as strong in All Stars with Ariana Grande. But oops, she didn't do it again.
Let's hear you sing to them.
Number 9, Katya as Bjork, All Stars 2. To play the infamously unusual singer Bjork on Snatch Game, Katya donned a cartoonish mix of pink fabrics. Somehow she still had the gall to talk about Ru's look and wackily compare it to her own guts.
Bjork is here.
I love your suit.
Thank you.
It reminds me of the lining of my small intestines.
Fundamental misunderstandings about biology had players and judges snickering, while her tendency to blow bubbles at people kept us entertained between answers.
Don't mess up my hair, please.
Sorry. Oh my God.
This devolved into laughably bizarre card eating and even some utterly baffling bird sounds by the end. Plus, her eagerness to chirp at everyone helped generate jokes between everyone on stage. Along with her silly demand to eat hair and win bones, Katya's Bjork was an unforgettable weirdo.
How many bones do I win?
How many bones do you want? Oh.
Number 8, Adore Delano as Anna Nicole Smith, Season 6. As a callback to her childhood idol, Adore Delano gave an intentionally sloppy Anna Nicole Smith in the Snatch Game. Her weird speech tendencies had RuPaul cackling and quickly shrieking as she tried to give out money.
Want some money? Want a viper?
I gotta say, death really becomes her.
Adore's voice alone was enough to leave Ru gasping for air backstage. Her delivery was so erratic that we were in tears at her approach to straightforward answers. And then her insistence that she barely drank paid off the whole character.
Well, I'm not really a drinker. Right. But I've tasted vodka a couple of times in my life. And I like it by itself.
Meanwhile, Adore's nod to Smith's reality show by yelling for Kim added more deranged character energy. Delano's fandom kept her shtick respectful and full of iconic details from Smith's past.
That's a good answer, Anna Nicole.
Kimmy!
Number 7, Shea Coulee as Flava Flav, All Stars 5. Shea Coulee pushed the envelope doing male drag as Public Enemy musician Flava Flav, and in the Snatch Game of Love no less. Shea's Flav leaned into the zaniness to hilariously explain that they were too out there to even concern themselves with gender.
Gender is a construct, man, tear it apart. I'm stranger than fiction, but better than art. You know what I'm saying?
All the lewd talk you'd expect from Flav was subverted into funny jokes about his clock and his cute puppies. Shea managed to make a comical rap just to explain the realization about Jeffrey Boyer Chapman's identity.
Roses are red, buses is yellow. I just realized that you are a fella.
Though Jujubee gave a series best Eartha Kitt impression, Shea just packed in more jokes.
Turn up the thermostat to a sensible 74.
Through morphing Flav into a bizarrely modern man, Shea dazzled All Stars viewers and won Boyer Chapman's heart. Number 6, Bob the Drag Queen as Uzo Aduba and Carol Channing, Season 8. Bob the Drag Queen was the comedic powerhouse of Season 8, so of course she brought 2 characters to Snatch Game.
You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Her Uzo Aduba emulated her Crazy Eyes role with hysterically intense attitude and goofy mannerisms for every camera cut to her. Bob even used her answer to humorously hit on the judges through a poem.
Once a queen named Amon remind me of the sun. Instead of her supermodel life, she can be my wife.
Her swap to Carol Channing was priceless in itself, and she butchered Uzo's name so badly it became a bit of its own.
I'm sorry that I'm late, but Uzo Abubu left the stage, and she asked me if I would fill in.
With Shade in her confession cam to cap it off, Bob slayed every time she could talk here.
Ru seems to be throwing Naomi every bone she can find.
Do you like a big clock yourself?
But this dog won't catch.
Number 5, Chad Michaels as Cher, Season 4. When Drag Race fans talk about Cher, the first queen that comes to mind is none other than the Mother Dust. Chad built a career around Cher impersonations, going so far as to even invest in plastic surgery to give a more authentic look.
Those girls are real sleazy. They're scabies, crabs, and fleas. Don't move.
With several gorgeous outfit changes and impeccable mannerisms, Chad brought a level of attention to detail that could only come from years of crazed idol worship.
I don't know why they booked me on these chicken gigs.
No one doubted that Chad had the Snatch Game in the bag, but to be fair, Michaels had years of experience. Many, many years of experience. She may not have won that season, but she believed in life after love and ended up coming back to snatch the All-Star crown.
Chad Michaels.
Number 4, Alaska as Mae West, All Stars 2. Alaska ranked high above the competition here. The key to a good Snatch Game isn't just about serving realness or cracking a few jokes. It's about responding to setups, keeping the jokes tight, and most of all, committing to the character.
You know, I'm black by injection.
Alaska had already proven her Snatch Game prowess with her Lady Bunny impersonation in Season 5, but this All-Stars performance was the peak of her game show career. And with Roxy Andrews impersonating Alaska in the same game, the real Alaska 5000 even got to give herself a read.
If you're not wearing wigs, then you're not doing drugs.
With lewd, irreverent grace, Alaska called forth the spirit of the original Queen of Crass, putting her own campy spin on all of Mae West's sultry signature lines. Alaska blew the lid off of Snatch Game, but with a killer music career and millions of fans, did she really need to?
You don't beat around the bush, do you,
I beat around the bush all the time. What are you talking about?
Number 3, Bendela Creme as Maggie Smith. Season 6. Despite Bendela's sickly, sweet drag persona and her pretty pinup looks, she still flew a little under the radar during her season. It was only with this Snatch Game that her true brilliance shone through.
Maggie Smith is with us. How are you, my dear?
Well, past a certain age, one just feels fortunate to see the sunrise another day.
Yeah.
Exhibiting extraordinary versatility, this queen switched from her bubbly babe Bendela persona to the proper Dame Maggie Smith as Downton Abbey's Dowager Countess of Grantham. Though Bendela's Paul Lynde certainly had great vintage references, Maggie Smith had the more memorable one-liners. With white gloves, cursive calligraphy, and a pretty snatched British accent to boot, Bendela nabbed a cunning win that pulled her ahead of her competitors, at least for a little while.
I did think that it would be rather amusing if there were a libation flavored with citrus. Can you imagine such a thing?
Number 2, Bianca Del Rio as Judge Judy, Season 6.
Did you forget you were coming to court today dressed like that? You look like a damn roll of Scotch tape.
Well, I thought it was...
Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
The courtroom was out of order over this impression. Who better to portray the notoriously strict TV judge than the queen of insult comedy?
I agree, and so does Officer Bird. That is correct, Judge Judy.
Not a match, Your Honor.
Baloney!
Bianca's no-nonsense, shady ways align perfectly with Judge Judy's brand of daytime TV justice. Bianca keeps her Rolodex of hate perfectly organized and executed, always sticking to the facts and sticking to her guns.
Ru, is this girl over there a robot? Why does she sound like that? Is somebody pushing a button? Can you talk normal? I'm talking!
I think that's really rude.
The beauty of her insulting art is the way Bianca still always managed to keep it fun, or at least entertaining, even when she was reading a girl for filth. This all came across perfectly in Snatch Game, where she wasted no time laying down the hammer of shade on other queens' messy portrayals.
Beauty fades! Dumb is forever!
Yes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Jinx Monsoon as Judy Garland.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
His blank is bigger. We're looking for Hammer.
Broom, I don't know if I don't think I'm playing the game correctly.
Not only was it the all-winners season, but Jinx Monsoon had arguably the best Snatch Game of all time in Season 5. Her Little Edie was an instant classic.
Well, I don't know her personally, but she looks older than Mother Darling, so I said when she steps into the voting booth, she just seizures. Spelling?
She had a lot to live up to, and she did not disappoint. As Judy Garland, she stole the entire show, with bits involving an endless microphone cord, filthy language, and a hilarious callback to her original season. Jinx's performance was a masterclass from start to finish.
I think I might have killed Judy Garland.
And I want to say, Dave, if you're watching, you're not responsible, darling. It's all right. You're forgiven.
Even her fellow queens couldn't keep it together as she closed out the challenge with a song.
Do we have time for one more?
Yes, of course we do.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Who had your favorite Snatch Game ever? Let us know in the comments.
My character shoes.
The character shoes that
I ain't got no character shoes. My name is James Brown.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.